Good morning, everyone. Mike here. I've got an awesome video for you guys today. So today we're going to talk about hen of the woods lookalikes. I did a great video about a week ago about hen of the woods mushroom, where you can find it, how to find it, what it looks like, what it tastes like, all that good stuff. And if you haven't seen it, you can look down in the description box below and watch it, because I'm going to link that in the description box for you guys. And one thing I did not cover in that video, though, is hen of the woods lookalikes. Okay, so a mushroom you may potentially confuse with hen of the woods. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say all of the hen of the woods lookalikes are entirely edible, and there's nothing to worry about there. There's no poisonous lookalikes to hen of the woods. Okay, so don't worry about poisoning yourself while you're trying to identify hen of the woods. This is one of the safer species to identify. Like always, if you are unaware of what you have, verify it with an expert, someone who actually does know, and you should never eat anything you are unsure of. But we're going to get into that a little bit today, guys. Before we do that, though, I want to take you outside here. The sun is coming up. It's really pretty. I haven't shown you guys the sunrise here in Colorado where I'm at, and this is the West Elks Mountains, and I'm just going to show you the sun coming up over it. I think it's really cool. I look at it every single morning. I'm an early riser, so I have to check it out. And there's the mountain range here. Now there's a little town over there called Crawford over there. Hotchkiss is over there too. Paonia. Terrence McKenna actually grew up in Paonia. I don't know if you guys knew that, if you know who Terrence and Dennis McKenna are, but they grew up just a few minutes from me where I'm at here. Absolutely gorgeous morning here, though. So let's get on with this hen of the woods video. Okay, so hen of the woods, like I said, this is a choice edible you can find over many areas of the U.S. It links up with hardwood trees. They are a parasitic decomposer. So you will typically find these. My favorite place to find hen of the woods mushrooms is around big old oak trees, looking around the base of big old oak trees. If I'm going to tell you one place where I found more hen of the woods than any other spot, that's the spot. All right, so check those big oaks. That's a great indicator of where you can find the hen of the woods. Now, let's talk about some of these lookalikes a little bit. We're going to go over four main ones today. We're going to go over the Berkeley Polypore. I've actually ID'd several Berkeley Polypores for many people on online mushroom identification groups recently, so lots of Berkeley Polypores coming up now. This is commonly confused. Black staining Polypore, Maripilus stumstinii. This one is commonly confused with the hen of the woods mushroom. Now, I want to say this one is pretty much done for the season. They come up earlier in the year than the hens typically do. So you're more than likely to find one of the black staining polypores, the Maripilus stumstinii, earlier in the season before hen of the woods. And I will show you pictures of these later on. I'm just going to kind of go over some of the species right now that you may mis-ID. Another one is chicken of the woods, okay? The Latiporus. I've done a few videos on chicken of the woods identification, and I will just I'll actually link this Cincinnatus in the description box below. I feel like that is the most common one that is confused for hen of the woods. And another one, believe it or not, is oyster mushrooms. I've had many times, I've had oyster mushrooms, blue oyster mushrooms in particular, sitting on my stand, even just at the farmer's market, and people come up and say, hey, is that hen of the woods? And it's not, but you know, you have to just kind of talk to them and let them know, hey, this isn't. But let's look at that first one I was talking about a little bit, the Berkeley Polypore, okay? So let me show you a picture of Berkeley Polypore. Here is the Berkeley Polypore. You can see it is growing around the base of a very large tree that is decomposing, similar to like you would find a hen of the woods. This mushroom, however, has this whitish, creamish, tannish appearance, and it is very much different than the hen of the woods. I'm about to roll a picture of the hen of the woods just so you guys can compare now and see the differences. See the darker colored tops on the hen, how it's kind of grayish, and it even looks a little brown. And I'm going to show you a younger specimen just so you can get another look. There's a younger hen right there. So you can see there's a pretty major difference between the Berkeley Polypore as far as structure and color compared to the hen of the woods mushroom. Okay, cool. So that one's pretty simple. You guys can see the differences there between the Berkeley Polypore and the hen of the woods. And I did a video actually specifically on Berkeley Polypore identification. I'm going to link that in the description box below so you guys can check that out. Now I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the black staining polypore, the Maripilus stumstenii. This one is commonly confused with hen of the woods. I typically find this one fruiting more so in summer, towards the end of summer, usually a little bit earlier before the hens actually show up. And it does look pretty close, but one way you can identify this one is it's usually lighter in color than a hen, and if you beat it up or break it a little bit, it'll bruise like a darkish black color, okay? So let me show you a picture of it, and you can actually see some of the little black specks that are stained into this black staining polypore. Okay, here's that black staining polypore. You will soon see some of the similarities between this and the hen, but notice the little black spots on it. Notice the dark staining spots. This is a key identification feature of the black staining polypore. Now here's a picture of the hen again, just to compare. Notice, once again, the hen has a difference in color. We have a brownish gray top of those petals. It is still a polypore mushroom, and you will still find them growing around trees. However, the hen does not stain like the black staining polypore does. Okay, that was pretty simple, I feel like. Now, another one I want to show you guys is the chicken of the woods. The Latoporus cincinnatus is the one I see a lot of people potentially confuse the hen of the woods with. Now, one that is less likely is the Latoporus sulphureus, the orange pored, or I'm sorry, the yellow pored one. It has an orange top on that mushroom. That mushroom, it's less likely to confuse it. However, I have heard people misspeak and they just don't know the difference yet. Some people aren't aware there's a difference between hen of the woods and chicken of the woods. And I want to let you know there is a big difference between the two. The chicken of the woods really does taste like chicken. So if you're looking for the mushroom that tastes like chicken, that's actually the one you want. Okay, you don't really want the hen. The hen is like this nice earthy flavor. So it's a little bit different, but they both have great texture. But the chicken is the one that is just like chicken. So anyway, let's roll a clip of the chicken of the woods so you guys can see that. Okay, everyone, so here's the chicken of the woods. This is the white pored one. This is a commonly misconfused mushroom with hen of the woods. These older specimens, like pictured here, are typically more confused than the younger ones. And also ones in this rosette shape, okay, are sometimes confused with the hen because these chickens in this rosette shape you will typically find growing on the ground around a large oak tree, just like you would find a hen. So that is one reason why it is commonly confused with the hen of the woods mushroom. Okay, so that was the chicken of the woods. Hopefully you guys can see the differences there, how it's got that orange color. They do grow in a rosette shape sometimes when they're growing on the ground, and that is one of the main reasons why I feel like some people mis-ID them compared to the hen of the woods. But the chicken, it's a wonderful choice edible. It's actually one of my favorites to eat. So if you find one instead of a hen, it's a great constellation prize, honestly. So anyway, let's get on to the very last one I want to talk to you guys about today. This is another one that could potentially be mis-ID'd as a hen. At least I've seen people mis-ID this as a hen before. But it's the oyster mushroom. Let's look at the oyster mushroom. All right, everyone. So here's some oyster mushrooms. Now, there's a few easy ways to tell the difference between this and the hen. Now, most of the time, you will find oyster mushrooms growing on dead trees in like a cluster-like formation, but typically not out of the ground. If they're out of the ground, they're growing out of a buried log or something like that, but you'll always find them on a tree. You can find a hen on a tree sometimes, but it's much, much more rare. So you can see there's a color difference as well. Now I'm going to show you that hen again. Here's a few clips of that hen. Notice we have that brownish gray top, petal-like formation, growing on the ground. Polypore mushroom, number one. The oyster mushroom has gills. The hen has pores. Okay, cool. So there's a few pictures of oyster mushrooms, compared them to the hen. Main thing is, oyster mushrooms, you're going to find them growing on trees, like I said, and they have gills, okay? That's pretty much like the number one thing. If you're going to be like, is this an oyster mushroom or a hen? Hen is a polypore mushroom. The oyster mushroom is not. The oyster mushroom has gills, okay? So you can easily tell the difference right there, but people still do confuse them. So especially if you're just new to mushroom foraging and you're just not aware yet, you know? So like I said before, if you pick something and you are completely unaware of what you have, ask an expert before you go eating on that thing or chomping down on it. But pretty much all of the lookalikes that you may find for hen of the woods are choice edibles. So this is a safe mushroom for most beginners to go out and try to learn on and forage. But I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative today. Make sure if you have any questions, you put them down in the comment section below and I will address them. Please drop this video a like. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button so you see more mushroom videos like this in the future. I know some of you guys are really enjoying my farming content and some of my equipment. I just posted up my laminar flow hood that I built yesterday, and some of you guys are really into that. I know some of you are very stoked and excited to see my grow rooms, and I'm going to be working on those these next few weeks. They're going to be really, really cool too. I'm putting viewing windows in the grow rooms, 6 viewing windows in each grow room, actually big ones too. So stay tuned for that. These are going to be awesome. I've never built a grow room this cool before. My last grow room had a really big 4-foot by 8-foot window in it, and it was amazing. I really liked it. But these are going to be sweet. So stay tuned for that, guys. That's all I got for you on this one, though. I'll catch you on the next one.